Welcome to Cool Explorations.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Cool Explorations. Today on Cool Explorations we're going to be talking about something a little more serious. I know usually I have all these fun videos that are on the light-hearted side. Well, today I want to talk about a little bit more mental health because I know today I'm having a bit of a rough day. Many of you know I've been suffering with mental health issues for quite some time, since I was like 5. And that's depression, suicide, self-abuse, that kind of stuff. Just based upon my past history. If you want to learn a little more of that, you can look at my YouTube video with my testimony on it. That's about the second video, I think, on my channel when I first started on here. The reason why today is a little more of a rough day, I just feeling a lot more anxious, a little down. As you know, with mental illness, there's not really a reason why. Quite often it's more underlying. It's something that maybe is bugging you, you don't know what's bugging you. I don't know why it's bugging me today, but today in particular it is. I have my good days, my bad days. Today especially though, I've been having a lot of pseudo-seizures, which are not true seizures because they don't show up on any of the readings of your brain. They don't show up on any of that stuff. But they have confirmed it's not heart, which is a bonus. I had had heart conditions in the past year, and I've had that worked on. So thankful those aren't coming back. Yeah, today just though I've been having lots of them. Just basically what happens when I have these pseudo seizures is I can't really stand very well. I end up usually either on the floor or on a couch, and I shake a bit and tense up and can't breathe. When I was in the hospital, it was really bad, and I was having like full body convulsions, and yeah, it wasn't pretty. But I know yesterday had been a fairly good day, so I was kind of hoping for today, but now today's been a struggle. So a little bit of history on that though. I've not been able to drive since January when my first seizure happened. Found out today I can't drive now. They're taking away my license, which kind of sucks. I hadn't been able to drive before this since January anyway, but just knowing that now it's not even an option until 3 months after my last seizure, which was today. So as long as they're still going, I won't be able to drive, won't have my license, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough road, but it's one I've been going on, one I will get through. But today's just been a little bit rougher, so I wanted to kind of talk to you all about your mental health and just making sure that we do our breathing exercises, that kind of stuff. I do try and clear my mind, relax, and that kind of stuff, but it's not always easy. Usually with my mind, and I know with a lot of people's minds, once you clear one thing, well, something else pops into your brain, so your brain doesn't really clear the way you maybe would like to be able to properly clear the anxiety. They used to work a lot better for me when I was just having panic attacks, but now that I'm having the pseudo seizures, I don't really find them effective. And even when you're in your pseudo seizures, well, yeah, it's hard to describe because you don't really get much warning. You start feeling a little anxious, a little pressure in your brain, a little pressure in your chest, but I don't get a lot of warning. And I find the more I fight them, the worse they actually get. So I've been trying not to fight them. When you're around your kids or around other people, well, you fight them because you don't really want your family or your kids to see. So I usually just disappear for a bit when I'm having them, or when I really feel like they're coming on, and then it's smart just to let them happen rather than fighting them. No point making it worse than it has to be. A lot of this, yeah, I know it stems from just my brain doesn't handle stress, like appointments, that kind of stuff. It's a lot of the same for other people with depression and anxiety issues. It's quite often it's scheduling that is one of the biggest triggers, and knowing you have appointments or you have a job to go to, that kind of stuff. It makes you anxious, and then my brain just can't handle it. And I know a lot of people with anxiety issues and depression, their brains can't handle it either. It's just something we got to deal with in our lives, and right now I can't work. When I do go back to work, it'll be at a minimal basis to start with. I have no idea when that's going to be though, because it could be a while with all that's going on here. Doctors don't want me back at work because it's kind of not really dangerous, but not really good for customers and not really great for me with my job. I can't really excuse myself for 10 to 15 minutes while I go and have a seizure. Customers aren't going to sit around waiting for me to finish up, and I'm sitting face to face with customers every day for the whole day. But yeah, I know a big issue of this has kind of just been a lot of things from my past, like I discussed in my testimony. Going right back to my issues with between my parents. I don't blame any of them for it. I mean, we all have our troubles, our issues. They didn't intend for it to stretch to their kids, but it did. A lot of it's also the molestations that I went through. They affect me more and more. Little things just trigger it. Whether it's something I read, something I've watched or heard, just little things. It's usually hard to get a grip on it and figure out when and what is going to trigger it. It can just be the smallest little thing of just bam, it'll hit you, and you just feel like crap all of a sudden. You're just not in good shape. And I know when I'm having these seizures with my rib condition that I have, where I get really sore ribs too, well, that tightens up all the ribs, makes the pain worse. Yeah, it's been a battle, an ongoing struggle. Hoping I get my disability to go through here, because that would ease some tension off me, knowing the finances. I know they say don't worry about it, but it's your family, it's your money. You need money to live, to be able to support your family. So it's kind of hard to just say, forget it. But something I've been trying to work on is forgetting those financial issues. But when you're having poor finances, it does affect so much of your life. Just have to have faith, believe, turn it over to someone else, turn it over to God. He is the one who is in control of all that. He allows us to go through these situations to grow, and I need to grow. I need to learn. I need to figure out how to handle all this depression, anxiety issues that I've been dealing with. Learn how to get past these pseudo seizures and move on. Easier said than done, but it's something I have to force myself to deal with. And if any of you have issues with that too, I want to hear from you. I want you to comment in below. I want you to contact me at the you can do it at artforchange777@gmail.com. You can just give me a shout, or I'm on Facebook too, author Tony Peters. You can find me on there. I have a mental health awareness group too that you can go to for discussions. But I encourage you all to just kind of take a look at it. Give me a shout out if you think you might want to either give words of encouragement, or if you want to get help yourself. I don't mind. I mentor people. I talk to people all the time about it. I try and help other people who are going through it. So just don't hesitate to reach out. It takes courage. It takes bravery. But I think once you do, it's very helpful to just get it out, talk about it, get it out from your brain. Writing poems has been a good way of that for me. And I encourage you all to find just something to try and relieve that tension, that stress. Sudoku and coloring, puzzling, those kind of things are all really, really good too. They just kind of ease your mind. You don't really have to think about anything. Just makes things a little bit better. Doesn't solve it by any means. Talking about it is definitely the easiest way to resolve your issues. That's why I see counselors, psychiatrists, doctors, that kind of stuff. Just get it all out if you are too afraid to go and get that. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, because fear is what keeps us all from doing things. But to just get past that fear and talk about it with somebody is important. So if you can't go to a doctor or anybody, well, you can contact me, talk to your friends, your family. I'm sure they'll be more understanding empathetic towards it than what you think. If you don't think that they're truly going to understand what you're going through, because it is hard to understand when you're not going through depression, anxiety, and you feel all trapped and alone, even though we're not alone. There's so many of us who struggle with it. But you can talk to me. I'll listen. I can tell a little bit of my side of things too if you want to hear it. But a listening ear, a sounding board is always a very beneficial thing when you're going through depression. Just knowing you're not alone, someone else is going to understand what you're going through. Someone's going to relate to you, and well, that's me. I relate to you. I know what you're going through. I've been through a lot in my own past. So just don't hesitate to talk it out. Even doing this here I'm finding very therapeutic because it's getting it just off my mind, off my chest. Telling someone that yeah, I'm having a rough day. Every day's not fine. Every day's not okay. We have our rough patches that we all go through. Everybody, even people who aren't depressed or anxiety, they have bad days. But knowing that I do have depression, anxiety, and realizing the days when I am having bad and to avoid those triggers, it's important. And being able to talk it out, that's important too. And it's part of my therapy is not keeping it inside, being able to help other people with all this, and just having that understanding. I think that is very, very important. It's huge in the steps to recovery and the steps to healing and to getting all that stuff that's jumbling up your mind and just clogging your mind that you're not even aware is causing the anxiety, depression, because a lot of it is subconscious. And talking it out, that it gets you past all that. It solves a lot of those issues, just resolves them, and doesn't get rid of them for sure. Just makes it a little bit easier to understand what you're going through, and in your own mind, just bringing it to a focus and trying to understand your own mind, because our minds are very complex and we don't always understand what's all going through our own heads. I mean, a lot of it is subconscious, like I've said. You're not 100% aware of what's going on in your own mind. And so yeah, do talk about it, share your experiences, comment below. Let me know what you're going through and what you need help with. I'm there to listen, there to help. I want to help you. I know I need help. I know other people need help, and I'm here for you. Just know you're not alone. You can talk to me. You can talk to many other people about it. There's a wide community of people who have mental health problems, and it's become so much awareness is out there now. It's people still don't really understand it if they're not going through it, but there's a lot more awareness and acceptability out there about it. And I'm starting to ramble. Sorry, it's my brain. I do ramble. Anybody who knows me knows I carry on about the silliest things. But yeah, just give me a shout if you need help. I'm there for you. Keep strong. You'll get through it. You're a fighter. Remember, guys, if you like these videos, just hit that little like button and subscribe to there so you don't miss any of the future videos.
Remember to like and subscribe.